Aloha and good morning, everyone. Today, I wanted to just give a little bit of talk around being an agent and doing something new. And this can be anything, actually. Any new endeavor that takes time to form some sort of a routine or a habit. Can be related to exercising, can be related to dieting, can be related to learning anything new. And I recently got this self epiphany. I mean, most people do know, and I do know to a certain extent, actually a pretty large extent, about dieting, nutrition, exercise, regimens, and getting over like that psychological, mental hump, be it, kind of going and being more or doing something different. And it came to me when I was actually adding a new product to my insurance list, the insurances that I normally offer. And I realized, the opportunity itself looks and sounds amazing, right? It looks and sounds amazing, but it's different than what I normally do. Even though I'm incorporating it into my normal, call it course of action or planning process, it does take a little bit of time to get going, to get through, to get it actually incorporated in the entire sales process and the entire analysis for my clients. So, it does take time, and you have to build tools along the way to kind of help you or milestone you into the process. Kind of like how when you're working out, you just have to understand that the first, be it 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks, it's gonna be difficult. The rewards may not come, and you just have to believe in the process. And exercise, it's simple enough where if you are just starting to exercise, week 1 and 2, you might feel like utter crap for the first 2 weeks, right? Where week 1 through 2, but week 3 and 4, you kind of start seeing some changes, especially if you're doing everything right. From doing everything wrong to doing everything right, there's gonna be some phenomenal changes, right? It's like the jump from 0 to 1 is infinite, right? Mathematically, if you go from 0 to 1, the growth rate is infinite. Going from 1 to 2, it's 100%. Then 2 to 3 is not that impressive anymore. As we start going up, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. We're the growth rate is getting consistently smaller, because if we were to grow at the same rate from 1 to 2, we'd have to go from 2 to 4, and then from 4 to 8, right? We're looking at multiplying by 2 instead of going up by 1. It's a huge difference. And each of those milestones become increasingly less rewarding, but you still have to take them. So it's kind of like where you're suffering in the beginning, you have great results in the middle, and then toward the end, or toward the end game, if you will, it's more about repetition and just doing the motions. It's kind of like a 9 to 5, just kind of doing it, and hopefully you've built it strong enough. And like in business especially, momentum is key, right? You have to build that momentum from the beginning and then force it through, and then once you start getting the hang of things, the rewards start coming in exponentially, and then it levels off into more of a coast. And that's kind of what it was like when I initially started with Medicare. It was a huge increase in, right, like knowledge and rewards, and then it kind of just fell off into kind of like, yeah, this is just what I do normally. And it was kind of like a 9 to 5, like, I kind of have an idea of what I need to do, but there is no real, push to get much more done. And if there was, it would require changes in my daily routine. And I think we just have to expect that. Expect that if you are doing something new, you have to expect changes in your daily routine, changes in everything. Especially since now, new for the channel. Well, it's not going to come out on this channel, but I intend on learning how to play the piano. And for me, I have to remember, I thought about this on the drive home yesterday, so I kind of brought it up, is that you have to keep your eye on a specific prize. So for being an agent, being an insurance agent, usually it's a particular, or a number of calls made, a number of clients, obtained, a number of commissions achieved, right? It's got to be a goal, got to be a number of policies sold. For me and the piano, it's going to have to be a song or a set of songs. And the book called Ultra Learning, if you haven't read it yet, maybe it'll be in the link in the description below. Who knows, right? These videos, some of them never make it to YouTube anyway. But for that book tells you specifically, and I believe it's based on human psychology, that the best way to learn something is to do that something. For example, if you want to speak another language, don't learn all the basics about speaking that language. Speak the language. Learn exactly what you want to say, when you want to use it, where you want to use it. Then find all of those basics that are attached to that, learn that, and that's it. I recently came across this, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a Shorts on YouTube, I can't remember. But basically the gentleman who's giving this seminar about how he became successful, he said, reading books are great, but the best way and the smartest way to read a book is to open up to the chapters. Read only the chapters that you think will be interesting, right? Read those chapters and then be done with the book. Ultra Learning has a very similar approach. It says, take the topic you want to learn, strip it down to the actual components that you wish to learn. Forget the rest. Because the rest is just going to be a time dump into things that you will not use in your head, right? And also, on top of that, it won't be fun for you. And if it's not fun for you, if you don't see any reward in it, then the time you spend doing it will be moot point, right? If you don't like it, if you're not enjoying it, if you don't have some purpose, meaning to learn something, you might as well not learn it, like, in all honesty. Which is why, and I won't talk about this too much, but which is why I don't believe in the traditional educational system. I went to college, yes. Do I think everyone should go to college? No. Do I think most people should go to college? No. I think we should have a better system to figure out how to, kind of guide people into a life journey than a career journey. And while I think our society won't be able to do that simply because most people look for their inspiration from influencers who make all their money by influencing other people to buy products, right? So that's not going to work. We have to have people who are genuinely interested in doing things for other people for small rewards, right? Like, if you enjoy helping people, customer service. If you enjoy healing people, medicine. If you enjoy protecting people, security, right? It's got to be for other people, because that's the way society functions. Society functions in a way to do good for other people, so that in the grander scheme of things, you can build a better society. Anyway, back to psychology and figuring out how to adapt or how to incorporate new things into your business, into your life, and to enhance your life. So small tangent into societal betterness, making society better. You do good for other people. When you're doing good for yourself, you have to realize that there are portions of yourself that will have to make a sacrifice in order to bring in new things, right? Time. If I could just say, yes, I would love to, take it like a 9 to like a work, right? You can't just work like 8 different jobs in a day. You have a set amount of time. Same too for the ultra learning, and whenever you're incorporating anything new, you have to partition out time for it. And we all have a set amount of time per day to do whatever it is we want to do. Therefore, if you want to take, let's say my new hobby of learning how to play the piano, every minute, second really, that is devoted to now thinking and learning and doing this new hobby is going to take away from what I'm already doing now. So I have to make sure that I am okay with whatever consequence that has. Now, consequences are usually viewed in a negative sense, but consequences are just that. They are the result of said action. So if my action is to get more time playing the piano or learning about the piano, then the result of that is going to be less time spent for other things. So I have to kind of take account for that. And I have recently thought of things to either make less, to make more efficient, meaning that it's going to take less time, or to just completely cut it out. So I've been kind of juggling with that mentally for, I'd say, the past month or so, as I've kind of realized that I need an out. Like, I can't play tennis up here. I don't really enjoy, watching tennis anymore because I can't play tennis anymore. So I don't really have a out, and I'm one of those people who likes to take things to the extreme. So like my tennis, for example, was really all I had room for. Tennis, guitar, music, right? So those are my kind of main hobbies. I did do a lot of exercising, weightlifting, powerlifting, weight training, but that too has gone to the wayside. So I need something that's going to be more, I need something that's going to be an out for me, because I don't like social events. I don't like drinking. I don't want to like those things. I rather enjoy, fan theory and Star Wars and such, but to me, that is an avenue that I might dive into. But right now, I need something that is purely for me. Like, I might document my piano journey, but the piano journey is for me. If I did like what I want to do in X-Men kind of mutant Marvel theory channel, well, that would be partially for me. A greater portion of that would be to be a YouTuber. And while yes, I would love to be a YouTuber and maybe get pre-access to watch these new movies as they come out, go to the screening events, that'd be awesome and all, but that wouldn't fulfill the same kind of internal need that I have for music, for learning music and playing the piano. I just think the piano makes very beautiful sounds, and there's things that I want to voice on the guitar that you can only really voice on the piano. And then I'm not going to quit playing the guitar, no way, but I do want to, combine kind of the two, and I feel that musically it would be a challenge, physically it'd be a challenge, and then it would open up so many doors for the creative side of myself, to play, and everyone's getting older, I'm getting older too, so I think those are lyrics to a song. Anyway, I can play the piano, and I think that would be something I could do in later years, play piano, play guitar, write music, just as a hobby, something for me to do. And that in itself is going to take time. And just like how when I incorporate a new insurance product, I'm going to have to kind of think about how it plays into the grand scheme of things, work balance, life balance. So, yeah. Anyway, just some thoughts on the drive. I haven't done this in a while because I've been trading a lot more, which I think I should stop doing because I think it too is wasting a lot of my time. I think it's just keeping the background, not having it in the forefront. But, it's good to make money. It's just I do it a lot in my IRA, so I can't enjoy the proceeds yet. But anyway, do good things, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.